In this video, we will learn about some basic concept of node manager. So what we are going to learn about is what is a node manager, how it works, node manager with WebLogic 11G and 12C, node manager 12C, how we can start and stop, and then certain log files when we start manage servers using your node manager, and then some configuration files of your node manager and how we do the configuration. So what exactly is a node manager? So one important thing that you have to understand is that Node Manager is an independent utility, or it is a Java-based independent utility. Okay, so independent means it has its own process. Okay, it doesn't have any dependency on the WebLogic server. So even in case your Node Manager goes down, okay, there will be no impact on your uh, managed servers or your admin servers. That means no impact on WebLogic server. So it is an independent Java-based utility that has been shipped with WebLogic, okay, for some to control your servers remotely or maybe on the local machine as well. Okay. So Node Manager is a Java utility that runs as separate process from WebLogic server and allow you to perform common operation tasks for a managed servers. Okay. So server instance in a WebLogic server production environment are often distributed across multiple domains, machines, and geographic locations. So Node Manager is a WebLogic server utility that enable you to start, shut down, and restart server instances from a remote location. So what happened in an production environment where you can have a horizontal cluster, or you have where you can span your managed servers across different machines, okay? But in that case, even you will have only one admin server, right? So you know that in a domain, you will have only one admin server, which is running on a particular physical machine, and but you can span your managed servers across multiple machines. So if you want to control all of your managed servers that is running on different machines from the server where your admin server is running, right? So from there, you can use this utility, Node Manager utility, okay, to control, start, stop your managed servers on the remote locations. And Node Manager is optional, but it is recommended if you have WebLogic server environment hosted application with high availability requirements. So why it is said optional is that it is not necessary for you to. You can configure the Node Manager to control your servers. Okay, you can use the scripts that has been provided with the WebLogic server. Okay, and you can start and stop your managed servers or admin server with the help of a script as well, right? So that is why it is called as a optional utility. But yes, if you want to control your managed servers remotely, specifically when we are in a production environment, then we use this node manager. Okay, so that means you can go to console, and from console you start and stop your managed servers, right? So that when you start your managed servers from the console, okay, that means it use the node manager utility irrespective of the location of managed servers. So what does it mean is that if you wanted to control your managed servers with the help of Node Manager, whether it is running on a single machine or whether it is running on a different machines across in a cluster, you have to control or you have to configure your Node Manager. If you have not configured your Node Manager, then even your managed server is running on the single machine, you will not able to start stop using the console. Okay, you can start stop using the scripts, but if you have not configured the Node Manager, then you can't able to start stop your managed server from the WebLogic console. So how it works is very simple, that you can, in a figure that you can see, you have three machines, machine A, machine B, and machine C, and then you have two managed servers, 1 and 2 is running on machine C and B, and you have admin server on machine A. So if you wanted to control your managed server, which is running on machine C and B, and from machine A, where your admin server is running, so you can issue the command from the admin console, and then your admin server will contact with the node manager of that particular host, and then it will start or stop the managed server. For example, if you wanted to start the managed server 2, which is running on machine B, then you can, when you initiate the command to start the server from the admin console, which is running on machine A, then it will contact the node manager, which is running on machine B, and then node manager will contact your managed server. Okay, and then it will probably will go to issue the command, whatever you have given, either to start the server or to stop the server. And WLST is a scripting tool that has been bundled with the WebLogic. So you can use the WLST to connect with the node manager, which is running on machine A. And then with the help of WLST, you can start your admin server as well. Now, there is a change in the node manager configurations starting from 12C version. Okay, so in 11G, there was a configuration that was called per host model. And in 12C, we have a per domain model. So what does it mean is that earlier, till 11G version, there was a single utility has been provided for the node manager, which is running on a host. So irrespective of the number of domains you have in a particular host, you were using all the domains, or you can say that you were controlling all the domains with the help of a single node manager utility. That means you had only a single node manager running on a machine, and then all the managed servers, admin servers, or the domains that you have in that machine were controlled by the single node manager. But 12c onward, you will have an option where you can configure the node manager which is specific to a domain. For example, if you have a multiple domains in a machine, okay, so that means you have the same number of node managers as well. For example, if you have a two node domain in a machine, then you will have a two node managers, okay, because it is a per domain model, and all the configurations of the particular node manager will be reside inside your domain directory. Okay, so that means in 12c, node manager is moved from per host configuration to per domain configuration model. Okay, and one important point that you have to make sure that if you have a two node manager running on a single machine, then by default node manager is configured with the port 5556. This is your default port. Okay, so if you have a two node manager in a machine, then if first is running on 5556 port, okay, then you have to change the port of the second node manager from the default port. Okay, we will see that how we can change in the next slide. Okay, this is the installation screen, or you can say when we create the domain. Okay, during the creation of a domain, you will see this option that node manager type. Okay, so by default it is selected as per domain, which is the recommended way now. Okay, and then you will have a node manager home where it will store the node manager configuration files, and then you have to provide the credentials for your node manager. So now how we can start node manager? So once you have configured your domain, so by selecting the option of per domain node manager, then if your domain is c:\root user underscore projects domain and my domain, then inside my domain, you will have a bin directory, and there you will have a scripts to stop your admin server and manage servers as well. And there you will see the script to start and stop your node manager as well, which is start node manager.sh and stop node manager.sh. And if it is a window machine, then it will be .bat file. And one important thing is if you have some working experience on WebLogic, then you know that the log file is created with the name of your admin server or managed server with the .logging extension, right? So when you start your start or stop your, or you can say when you control your managed servers, okay, with the help of your node manager, then inside the logs directory, you will see one more file with the extension server name.out. Okay, so if you have a current file with the name .out as well in your logs directory, that means you are controlling or you are managing your managed server with the help of admin server. And the default port for your node manager is 5556. Okay, so configuration files, as I said, it is a domain-based node manager now. So all the configurations are reside inside the node manager directory of your domain. Okay, and one important configuration file where you define all the parameters for node manager is node manager.properties, okay, which is there inside your node manager folder in your domain. So if you wanted to change any parameter or any setting of your node manager, then you have to update this file and then you have to restart your node manager to get it reflected. And now, important thing, if you are changing the WebLogic, not WebLogic, if you're changing the port of node manager, as I said in my previous slide, okay, maybe from 5556 to some 9556, okay, that means you have changed the port of your node manager, okay. So WebLogic server is not aware about that one, okay. WebLogic server is not aware about that one. That means you have to change the port of node manager from the admin console as well as specifically to reflect the new port of your node manager. Okay, so for that you have to log into admin console, go to machines option and then node manager, and then inside the configuration node manager option you will see a listen port. Then you can update the listen port whatever you have changed in your configuration file. For example, if you have changed default port from 5556 to 9556, then go to your WebLogic console and change in the WebLogic console as well. So what does it mean? As I said earlier, that it is an independent utility, okay, right? So if you are changing the port of node manager, then you have to update the configuration of your WebLogic server as well. So thank you very much for watching this video. And if you think this is useful, then you can subscribe to my channel as well. And shortly, I will come up with a few more videos on the advanced configurations of your node manager. Thank you very much.